Here are 10 countries that have paid reparations, along with details on the payments, reasons, crimes committed, and the years involved. Number 1. Canada. During World War II, Canada forcibly relocated and interned over 22,000 Japanese Canadians, causing immense suffering and loss of property. This injustice occurred between 1942 and 1945. In 1988, Canada paid CAD $300 million in reparations to the survivors and their families. The reparations, along with a formal apology, aim to recognize the wrongs committed and restore dignity to those affected. Number 2. Netherlands. The Netherlands, under Nazi occupation from 1940 to 1945, participated in the persecution and deportation of Jews to concentration camps. In 2000, the Netherlands paid $400 million in reparations to Holocaust survivors. This payment was a crucial acknowledgement of the Netherlands' role in the Holocaust and its efforts to provide justice and support to the survivors. Number 3. Switzerland. In 1998, Switzerland faced scrutiny for its role during World War II, particularly regarding assets stolen by Nazis and held in Swiss banks. These assets included Nazi gold and dormant accounts belonging to Holocaust victims. Switzerland paid $1.25 billion in reparations to Holocaust survivors and their families. This payment was a significant step in addressing the moral responsibility and historical accountability of Swiss banks. Number 4. Austria. Austria's role in the Holocaust, as a collaborator with Nazi Germany from 1938 to 1945, led to the persecution and extermination of Jews and other minorities. In 2001, Austria paid $210 million in reparations to Holocaust survivors. These reparations were an essential acknowledgement of Austria's complicity in the Holocaust and its commitment to providing justice to the survivors. Number 5. France. In 1825, France demanded reparations from Haiti, the world's first independent black republic, for the losses incurred by French slaveholders during Haiti's fight for independence. Haiti was forced to pay 150 million francs, plunging the nation into economic hardship. This payment was a stark reminder of the lingering impact of colonial exploitation and slavery. Despite the injustice of this demand, Haiti's resilience has been an enduring testament to its fight for freedom. Number 6. Italy. In 2008, Italy acknowledged the atrocities committed during its colonial rule in Libya from 1911 to 1943. During this period, Libyans suffered massacres, forced labor, and other abuses under Italian occupation. Italy agreed to pay $5 billion in reparations, aimed at compensating for these colonial crimes. This payment was a step towards acknowledging the suffering inflicted and promoting reconciliation between the two nations. Number 7. United Kingdom. In 2013, the United Kingdom took responsibility for the brutal suppression of the Mau Mau uprising in Kenya between 1952 and 1960. During this period, Kenyan freedom fighters were subjected to detention, torture, and mistreatment. The UK paid £19.9 million in reparations to the victims. This acknowledgement and compensation were significant in addressing the historical injustices and the suffering endured by the Kenyan people. Number 8. Japan. In 1965, Japan and South Korea reached an agreement to address the brutal legacy of Japan's colonial rule over Korea from 1910 to 1945. During this period, Koreans were subjected to forced labor and exploitation. Japan paid $800 million in reparations to South Korea, which was used to compensate the victims and support economic development. This payment was a crucial step in acknowledging the hardships inflicted during Japan's oppressive colonial rule. Number 9. United States. In 1988, the United States took a historic step to address a grave injustice from World War II. During the war, over 120,000 Japanese Americans were forcibly relocated and interned in camps, losing their homes, businesses, and dignity. This act of wartime hysteria and racial prejudice was committed between 1942 and 1945. The U.S. government acknowledged this wrongdoing by paying $1.6 billion in reparations to the survivors and their families. The reparations, along with a formal apology, aimed to recognize the suffering inflicted and restore some measure of justice and dignity to those affected. Number 10. Germany. In the aftermath of World War II, Germany faced the daunting task of coming to terms with the horrors of the Holocaust. From 1933 to 1945, the Nazi regime orchestrated the systematic extermination of 6 million Jews, along with millions of others deemed undesirable. This dark chapter of history necessitated a profound act of atonement. In 1952, Germany began paying reparations, marking the start of an ongoing process to acknowledge and compensate for the immense suffering caused. The Luxembourg Agreement was signed between West Germany and Israel, resulting in billions of Deutsche Marks being allocated to Holocaust survivors and the State of Israel. These funds were used to help rebuild lives and support those who endured unimaginable atrocities. As of 2021, Germany has paid over $89 billion in reparations. This ongoing commitment underscores Germany's recognition of its past crimes and its efforts to provide some measure of justice and healing to the survivors of one of history's most horrific genocides. Thanks for watching.